So if you've seen some of our other videos, you've already seen us talking a lot about the video component of the audio video setup in our home theater. Let's talk a little bit now about the audio side. So there's a lot of equipment going on here. I'll try to break it down one by one, but let's look at the most important thing for sure, and that's the Marantz Cinema audio video receiver. So one thing that I love about this is that the interface is super intuitive when it comes to the on-screen display. So loads and loads of options here, and they're really easy to go through. One thing that I love about this, and you'll read tons of positive comments, is the Odyssey setup in here. It was really easy to put the microphone into the video receiver, set up my various points. It is a little loud, just FYI, if you've got kids or pets, they might not like the frequency that it sends out, but it makes setting up your speakers so much easier, and you get perfect tuning for surround sound. We've got really high ceilings in this room, and so it really is nice to have the Odyssey take that microphone and be able to get the absolute perfect settings for all the speakers. The remote is really nice. It's good quality, heavy duty, tons of options on here. There's a couple other things that are in here that are really cool. So they do have their own streaming service, the HEOS. I don't use that a lot. It's really easy just to use Spotify through this. If you want to use the multi-room function on that, the HEOS might be a little better for our needs. Not super necessary. But aside from that, everything else was really easy to use, really intuitive. I like the interface. It's really clean. And you can take a look at the remote here. It's got a lot of very easy to see, easy to use options. I really like how they've labeled all of the different inputs that correspond with inputs on the back. So if you've got certain things for your satellite, for one game, for a different media player, for Blu-rays, so you can kind of make it make sense for you and how you have your setup. Bunch of different presets down here, which are really nice. So I like to switch between the movie and music depending on what I'm listening to. All these things are really nicely designed that you don't see in a lot of audio video receivers, and what you would expect for something at this price. Now, just looking at the build quality of the Marantz, it's so nice and sleek. I love that it's got the controls that you can hide away. And most of these will correspond to things that you'll see on the remote as well, but it's nice to have it here. It's also nice to have the display here to show you as you're cycling through different things what exactly you're gonna get. This AV receiver puts out a lot of heat. So you might be able to see that I've actually carved out a custom plate in the back, one to be able to bring all of my cables in, but also to be able to vent as much as possible out of here. You want to make sure that you get really good ventilation for this receiver because it does crank out a great amount of heat. So I'm going to do my best to give you guys an idea of what the back of a panel might look like. You can see how I've got mine set up here. I've got almost a full speaker array going on here, as well as a lot of inputs. So for a record player, for a Switch, PS5, all those different things. So you can see that even with this amount of stuff going on, it's still nice and clean back here. I really like the way that the setup is on the back of it. It's really intuitive. Things kind of go together all in the same place, and they're all spaced decently enough so that you don't get overcrowding. One of the things that we really like that I kind of found to go along with this are these wire strips. So these kind of cover your wires, so you can see I've got a bunch going on through here. I've got another one going down on the other side. These are super handy, and they come in a lot of different colors and finishes. So it keeps your cables organized, for one, so that you don't have a bunch of cables going all over the place, but it also kind of hides the cables from an aesthetic perspective if you don't want the look of black wires and cables all going through your room. These come in different sizes and different colors, and they actually work really well. This particular one put the cables up through the bottom, and then it kind of secures through so you don't have to worry about them coming out. I really like the design of this, and I really like the quality.